Have you ever laid in bed at night, tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, praying for sleep to come, but instead your eyes just stay wide open? Or maybe you finally drift off, only to wake up again and again because your bladder keeps calling you to the bathroom. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. And for many seniors, it feels like an endless cycle they can't escape. But what if something as simple, as ordinary, as a banana could change that? Not just eating a banana, but eating it in a very specific way that helps calm your body, relax your muscles, and keep you from running to the bathroom all night. It sounds almost too simple, but the story you are about to hear shows how this one small change can transform nights of restlessness into peaceful sleep. Imagine this. A retired teacher named John is sitting at his kitchen table late at night. He's 72, and he's tired. Not just tired from the day, but tired because he hasn't had a full night's sleep in years. Every night feels like a battle. He wakes up at least 3 times to use the bathroom, and in between those trips, he struggles to fall back asleep. His mornings are groggy, his afternoons are sluggish, and his evenings feel heavy with the thought of another restless night. He has tried pills, teas, even meditation videos, but nothing really sticks. Then one afternoon, while visiting his granddaughter, he sees something curious. She's peeling a banana, but instead of tossing the peel away, she drops it into a pot on the stove with some water. "Grandpa, you should try this tonight," she says with a little smile. John laughs. "Banana peels in water? That sounds ridiculous." But that night, desperate as always, he gives it a try. And what happens shocks him. Before we get to what John experienced, let's pause. Because right now you might be wondering, why bananas? Why not milk, or chamomile tea, or all the other things people usually recommend for sleep? The secret lies inside this fruit. Bananas are rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals that help relax muscles and calm the nervous system. They also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that your body converts into serotonin and then melatonin, the hormone that signals your brain it's time to sleep. But here, the twist. Most people eat bananas the wrong way if their goal is better sleep. They peel it, eat the fruit, and throw the peel away. But the peel actually contains even more magnesium and potassium than the flesh itself, which means when you throw it away, you're tossing out the part that could help you sleep through the night. Now back to John. That first night, he boiled the banana, fruit and peel together, in a small pot of water for about 10 minutes. He poured the warm banana water into a mug, added just a pinch of cinnamon, and sipped it slowly before bed. He didn't expect much. He actually felt a little silly. But within an hour, his eyelids grew heavy. He slipped into bed, and for the first time in a long time, he didn't wake up until the sun peeked through his curtains. No middle-of-the-night bathroom trips. No hours spent staring at the ceiling. Just deep, restful sleep. The next night, he tried it again. Same result. After a week, he couldn't stop talking about it. "It's like I found the off switch my body had lost years ago," he told his friends at the senior center. And soon, others were trying it too. This may sound almost magical, but it has real biology behind it. As we age, our bodies naturally produce less melatonin. Our muscles also become more prone to cramping at night, and our bladders more sensitive. That's why nighttime urination, what doctors call nocturia, is so common among seniors. But magnesium and potassium work like natural muscle relaxers. They ease the tiny muscles in your bladder so you don't feel that urgent pressure as often. And when combined with tryptophan and the sleep-friendly compounds in banana peel, you get a gentle, natural sleep aid that's far kinder to your body than most over-the-counter pills. Imagine drinking something so simple, so familiar, and waking up surprised at how deeply you slept. Not groggy, not foggy, just rested. It's not a fancy drug, not an expensive supplement, not a complicated ritual. It's a banana. One fruit you've seen your whole life, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be used in a way most people never consider. Picture this like a secret passed down, not through medical textbooks, but through kitchens and family traditions. In parts of South America and Asia, banana tea has been used for generations as a calming nighttime drink. Somehow, in the rush of modern medicine, many of us forgot about it. But the wisdom is still there, waiting to be rediscovered. And when you hear stories like John's, you realize it's not just folklore. It's practical, it's accessible, and it works. If it's that simple, why isn't everyone doing it? The truth is, sometimes the simplest solutions are the ones we overlook. We're conditioned to think the answer has to come in a bottle, with a label, prescribed by a doctor or sold at a pharmacy. But nature often whispers its remedies, not shouts them. The banana doesn't come with a flashy advertisement. It just hangs quietly in the fruit aisle, waiting for someone curious enough to ask, "What if?" Think about how many people struggle just like John. They sit up at night, shifting from one side of the bed to the other, wishing their body would cooperate. Some turn to sleeping pills, which may work for a short time, but often leave them groggy the next morning. Others try herbal teas or supplements, but results are mixed. For seniors especially, the problem becomes more than just sleep. It affects memory, mood, and even heart health. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's the foundation of everything else. Without it, even the smallest daily tasks feel overwhelming. That's why this small discovery feels like a lifeline. It's not just about closing your eyes. It's about reclaiming your nights and your days. Let's go back to John. After he shared his experience, a few of his friends at the senior center decided to try it too. There was Mary, who had been dealing with restless legs at night. For her, the banana water eased the twitching in her calves, letting her drift off without the annoying urge to move. Then there was Thomas, who had been waking up 4 or 5 times every night to use the bathroom. After a week of banana tea, those trips were cut in half. He still got up once, maybe twice, but he no longer felt like he was living in a constant cycle of waking, walking, and trying to fall asleep again. Each of them noticed something different, but the common thread was clear. Their nights were becoming more peaceful. What's interesting is that bananas work in more than one way. Yes, the minerals and amino acids play a big role, but the warmth of the drink itself has power too. When you sip something warm in the evening, it sends a message to your nervous system that it's time to slow down. Think of how a child feels when given warm milk before bed. The body associates that warmth with comfort and rest. Combine that soothing warmth with the nutrients inside the banana, and you have a natural tool for sleep that works on both body and mind. Now imagine this scenario. You're standing in your kitchen at 8:30 in the evening. Instead of reaching for a pill bottle, you place a ripe banana into a pot, peel and all. The water begins to simmer, and a gentle aroma fills the room. You pour it into your favorite mug, maybe add a touch of cinnamon or honey, and you sit quietly as the steam rises. You take a slow sip. The sweetness is subtle, not overwhelming, and the heat spreads through your chest. You already feel calmer, as though you're giving yourself permission to rest. It's a ritual, small, simple, but meaningful. And when you slip under the covers that night, your body follows the cue you've given it. Relax, rest, restore. Some skeptics might ask, but isn't it just the placebo effect? That question comes up often with natural remedies. And yes, the placebo effect is powerful. But studies have shown that magnesium and potassium directly impact muscle relaxation and nerve function. They aren't imaginary benefits. They're measurable. Tryptophan's role in producing melatonin is also well documented. What's fascinating is how all these compounds come together in a single, familiar fruit. It's like nature designed the banana not just as food, but as a tool for balance. There's also the bathroom problem, the one that robs so many seniors of their sleep. It's not just about hydration or drinking too much water before bed. Often it's about how sensitive the bladder becomes with age and how tight or restless the muscles around it can be. By feeding the body the minerals it needs to stay calm, those urgent signals can quiet down. You still wake up if your bladder is truly full, of course, but not with the constant interruptions that feel like false alarms. And when you do get up once, you can return to bed and fall asleep again, instead of lying awake frustrated for hours. Let's take a moment to look at a bigger picture. In the United States alone, more than 70 million adults struggle with sleep. Among seniors, the percentage is even higher. Many of them don't talk about it openly because they assume it's just part of aging. They think, this is just how life is now. But it doesn't have to be. Sleep problems are not something you simply have to accept. Sometimes the answers are waiting in unexpected places, in traditions or foods we've overlooked. The banana isn't a miracle cure for every sleep disorder, but for many people it offers real relief without side effects. Think of the contrast. On one side, there's the medicine aisle with its rows of bottles promising instant sleep. On the other side, there's a simple fruit you can buy at any grocery store for just a few cents. One option may leave you foggy and dependent. The other nourishes your body while calming it naturally. Which one feels more sustainable? Which one feels kinder to your future self? As John and his friends discovered, sharing this secret becomes almost irresistible. Once you feel the difference, you want others to know. Soon, conversations at the senior center weren't about who had the worst night of sleep, but about who tried banana tea and how it worked for them. It turned into a small community experiment, and the results spoke louder than any advertisement could. But here's something else worth noticing. The ritual of making banana tea isn't just about sleep. It's about slowing down, creating a gentle rhythm to end the day. Seniors, especially those who live alone, often lack that sense of evening routine. Life can become repetitive, meals rushed, nights lonely, but standing over a pot of simmering banana water, breathing in the sweet aroma, and sitting down with a warm mug in hand, it becomes more than a remedy. It becomes an act of self-care, a nightly reminder that your health and peace of mind matter. So when people hear about this idea, they sometimes laugh at first, just as John did. Boiling banana peels? It sounds odd, but after trying it, the laughter often turns into amazement. Because sometimes the things we dismiss are the very things that work. And what could be more satisfying than discovering that the key to better sleep was never hidden in a lab, but hanging in your fruit basket all along? When we look closer at stories like John's and Mary's, something becomes clear. The body has its own wisdom, but sometimes it needs a gentle reminder. Modern life often forgets that. We live in a world of fast fixes, loud solutions, and endless advertisements. Yet the body often responds best to small, quiet signals. That's what the banana ritual provides. It doesn't force you to sleep. It invites you. It doesn't knock you out. It guides you into rest. And for seniors whose bodies may already be sensitive to strong medications, that difference is huge. Think back to the first time you were ever given something warm before bed. Maybe it was a cup of milk, maybe a bowl of soup, maybe even a glass of warm water with honey. The act wasn't just about taste. It was about comfort, about preparing your body and mind to let go. Banana tea works in that same way, but with the added benefit of minerals and compounds that actively relax the muscles and calm the nervous system. It blends the science of nutrition with the psychology of ritual. One woman who tried this was Susan, a 68-year-old grandmother who had battled anxiety for most of her life. Nights were especially hard for her because quiet made her mind race. She could never stop the endless list of thoughts. Bills to pay, calls to make, things she wished she had done differently. Sleep came in short bursts, never enough. When she first heard about banana tea, she doubted it would help her, but one night she decided to give it a chance. As she sipped, she noticed something she hadn't expected. The act of preparing the tea slowed her racing mind. The process itself became meditative. She peeled the banana, boiled it gently, waited while the steam rose, and then sat in her favorite chair. For once, her thoughts didn't run in circles. She was present in the moment. By the time she finished the mug, she felt lighter. That night, she slept almost 6 hours straight. For someone who was used to waking every 90 minutes, it felt like a miracle. The beauty of this ritual is that it doesn't require anything special. You don't need rare herbs shipped from across the world. You don't need expensive gadgets. All you need is a banana, a pot of water, and a little patience. And yet the benefits touch every part of the body. Muscles rest, the bladder calms, the nervous system signals peace. Even digestion slows, helping the stomach prepare for its own nighttime rest. It's a chain reaction, and it begins with a fruit most of us already have in the kitchen. Now imagine this knowledge spreading quietly from one household to another. A neighbor tells a neighbor. A son tells his mother. A nurse shares it with her patient. Each person tries it, and many find relief. It becomes not just a tip, but a tradition. And traditions like this are powerful because they connect us not just to better sleep, but to each other. When John brought his mug of banana tea to the senior center one evening and told his friends, they laughed. By the following week, half of them were asking how to make it. Laughter turned into curiosity, curiosity turned into practice, and practice turned into peaceful nights. That's how change often begins, not with a grand announcement, but with one simple story passed along. Science gives us even more reason to believe in this. Magnesium, the mineral found in high amounts in banana peel, has been studied for decades. It is often called the relaxation mineral because of its role in calming the nervous system and preventing cramps. Low levels of magnesium are linked to insomnia, anxiety, and even high blood pressure. Potassium, another star inside the banana, helps balance fluids in the body and supports muscle function. Tryptophan, though small in amount, works like a spark that helps the brain produce serotonin and melatonin. Put all of this together, and you have a natural cocktail for rest and recovery. And yet most people walk right past it in the grocery aisle without a second thought. Some might ask, why not just take a magnesium pill or a melatonin supplement? The answer lies in how the body absorbs and uses nutrients. When you get them from whole foods, they arrive with supporting compounds, fiber, antioxidants, natural sugars that help your body process them smoothly. Pills can sometimes overwhelm the system or work in isolation. A banana, on the other hand, delivers its benefits in a balanced, gentle way. It's like the difference between listening to one instrument alone or hearing the entire orchestra playing together. The harmony makes the music. What makes this story even more compelling is the way it shifts perspective. Sleep problems, especially nighttime urination, can make people feel helpless. They begin to believe there's no answer except stronger medications or simply accepting exhaustion as normal. But when something so ordinary provides relief, it restores a sense of control. You realize your body can still respond, still heal, still find rest. That realization itself can ease anxiety, making sleep even easier. Picture the look on John's face after that first full night of rest. He woke up not groggy, not weighed down, but genuinely refreshed. He sat on the edge of his bed and just sat there for a moment, stunned. He hadn't felt that way in years. For him, the banana wasn't just about sleep. It was about hope. It showed him that age didn't mean surrendering to restless nights forever. It meant finding new ways, sometimes old ways rediscovered, to care for his body. And this is where the story circles back to you. Maybe you've tried countless solutions. Maybe you've been told that waking up multiple times a night is just part of getting older. Maybe you've grown used to dragging yourself through the day on too little rest. But imagine trying something so simple tonight. One banana, one pot, one mug. That's it. No prescriptions, no complicated instructions. Just nature gently reminding your body how to rest. Think about the rhythm of a good night's sleep. It's not just about how long you stay in bed. It's about the cycles your body moves through. Deep sleep, light sleep, dream sleep. Each stage plays a role in healing your mind and body. When you keep waking up to use the bathroom, or when you toss and turn because your muscles won't relax, those cycles break apart. You might spend 8 hours in bed but only feel like you've slept for 2. That's why so many seniors describe themselves as always tired. It isn't just the number of hours, it's the quality of those hours. The banana ritual helps stitch those cycles back together. It doesn't force your body, it nudges it. It sets the stage so your body can do what it was always designed to do: rest fully. Let's step into another story. David, age 75, had been living with his son after a fall, left him needing extra care. Nights were the hardest for both of them. David would shuffle to the bathroom 5 or 6 times, each time waking his son as well. They were both exhausted, and tension built between them. One evening, his son came across a video online about boiling bananas for sleep. It sounded strange, but they had bananas on the counter, so they tried it. That night, David still woke up, but only twice. It wasn't perfect, but it was enough to make a difference. After a week, he was waking only once, sometimes not at all. The change eased the strain in their home. His son no longer dreaded the nights, and David felt more independent because he wasn't disturbing his caregiver constantly. A simple fruit restored more than sleep. It restored peace in a relationship. These kinds of stories spread because they touch something universal. Everyone knows the frustration of staring at the ceiling when the world is quiet. Everyone knows the heavy drag of fatigue the next day. And everyone understands the longing for a natural, gentle solution. That's why the banana story resonates so deeply. It's not about exotic cures. It's not about expensive treatments. It's about something accessible to nearly everyone, a fruit you've probably eaten thousands of times without realizing its hidden power. Now let's zoom out for a moment. Seniors often face a unique challenge. Their bodies change, but the advice they're given doesn't always change with it. Doctors may prescribe the same pills year after year. Family members may assume constant bathroom trips are inevitable. But science shows us otherwise. Studies on nocturia, the medical term for frequent nighttime urination, reveal that relaxation of the bladder muscles can reduce urgency. Magnesium directly contributes to that relaxation. When combined with potassium and hydration from warm water, the bladder responds with less tension. That's why this remedy feels like it targets the root of the problem, not just the symptoms. Some people also notice a side effect: fewer muscle cramps at night. Seniors often struggle with sudden calf cramps or foot spasms that jolt them awake. Again, this ties back to magnesium and potassium. These minerals regulate how muscles contract and relax. Without enough of them, the nerves misfire and the muscles seize. By feeding your body what it's been missing, you reduce those painful interruptions. It's like oiling a rusty hinge. The squeaks quiet down and the door moves smoothly again. Think of how empowering this can be. For years, people have been told their sleep problems are unavoidable, yet here is proof that small natural changes can matter. And it isn't just theory, it's lived experience. Every time someone like John, Mary, Susan, or David wakes up after a deep night of sleep, the evidence grows stronger. They become living proof that the body still remembers how to rest. It just needed a reminder. The best part is how adaptable this ritual is. Some people drink it plain, just banana and water. Others add cinnamon, which not only boosts flavor, but also helps regulate blood sugar levels, a bonus for seniors concerned about diabetes. A few add a drizzle of honey, creating a sweet, soothing finish. The recipe can bend to personal taste, but the foundation remains the same. 1 banana, peel and all, simmered in water, sipped slowly before bed. That's it. The simplicity is part of its power. Imagine the difference if even half of the seniors struggling with sleep tried this. The ripple effect would be huge. Fewer groggy mornings, less dependence on harsh medications, more energy for family visits, hobbies, and daily joys. Better moods, sharper minds, stronger bodies, all because of a nightly cup made from something as ordinary as a banana. It may sound small, but multiplied across millions of lives, it becomes enormous. There's also something profoundly human about rediscovering remedies that our ancestors may have known instinctively. Across cultures, bananas have been valued not just as food, but as medicine. In some parts of Asia, banana peel is used to calm burns or reduce swelling. In parts of Central America, Banana tea has long been a common household drink for restless nights. Modern science is finally catching up to what tradition has whispered for generations. The banana is more than a snack, it's a healer in disguise. The beauty here is that you don't need to believe blindly. You can test it for yourself. Tonight, you can pick up a banana, try the method, and see what happens. The experiment costs almost nothing, and the results might surprise you. That's the invitation. Don't just hear the story, live it. Try it for a week. Notice how your nights feel. Notice how your mornings feel. Notice how your body thanks you when you give it what it needs. There's also a deeper message here. Sometimes the solutions we seek are not in the future, not in the pharmacy, not in a new invention. Sometimes they're already here, waiting in the simplest places. A piece of fruit, a cup of warm water, a moment of quiet before bed. When you embrace that, you begin to see health not as something distant or complicated, but as something you can hold in your own hands. Now is the moment to take action. You've heard the stories. You've heard the science. You've imagined the possibility of restful nights. The only step left is to try it. Go to your kitchen, pick up a banana, boil it gently, peel and all. Pour the tea into a mug, sip it slowly, feel the warmth, let it settle in your body, and then lie down to rest. Do it tonight, do it tomorrow, do it for a week. And when you wake up after your first full night of sleep in years, you'll know. The answer was within reach all along. Don't wait. Don't assume sleep will always be a struggle. Give your body the gift of rest it's been longing for. Try the banana ritual tonight and discover what it feels like to truly sleep all night.